What's up, guys? KDOT357 coming to you here. Today is Friday. I think it's the 30th of August. So the end of this month is already here, and you know what that means. If those of you that keep up with our gun giveaways, we are giving away a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield the 1st of September. Now, I will tell you this. We will be closed Monday. I mean, I may change my mind in the next 24 hours, but KDOT needs some me time. But anyway, I need to ride my bike. I mean, I don't get to ride it as much as I'd like to, but man, oh man, what about the weather out there this morning? But we are giving away a Smith & Wesson. I will make that announcement, and honestly, I probably will make that announcement September 1st. Even though I'm closed, I'll come up here and we'll get the drawing done, and try not to keep you in any more suspense than we have to. So moving on, and once again, we give away a firearm every single month here at our gun shop. Every single month, year round. This ain't no once in a while thing that we do. We do it every single month. So we give away something different every month. Shotgun, semi-auto rifle, revolver, semi-auto pistol, what have you, bolt-action rifle. We try to give away something different every month, keep it interesting. So, how do you do it? You spend $1. You can spend as many as you want. You can buy 20 tickets, 30 tickets. I even have folks that buy 100 tickets. But they're just $1 a piece. So a small price to pay for a chance to win a gun that's worth just under $400. So let's move on. I've got a few pieces here that I want to tell you about, and there's some other things that I have in my mind. I've got a defensive handgun class that I'll be teaching tomorrow, but the store will be well covered. In fact, we start the class portion of that class here at the store, and then we move on to the range that we use in Siler City to spend the rest of the day on the range. So, and I will be posting another one of those classes very soon. We get a lot of requests for a defensive handgun class. It's basically three of them. It's a basic, it's an intermediate, and advanced. I'm almost thinking about naming them Shoot to Survive. Shoot to Survive 1, and then Shoot to Survive Intermediate, Shoot to Survive Advanced. And what I say by Shoot to Survive, let me just give you this little tidbit real quick, is when I do these classes, when I have people shooting at a target, usually you'll sacrifice speed for accuracy, or you'll sacrifice accuracy for speed. And of course, the more you practice, the faster you get, and accuracy is maintained. What a lot of my students will do, and it's totally wrong, but because they've been doing it this way for so long, they have to fight to overcome this, is they'll sit there and they'll take enough time to where they can hit the freaking X in the center of that B-27 target. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to have to tell you to go fast if you get in a real gunfight, all right? Or if somebody's charging you with a knife. You're going to do it fast. You're going to do it as fast as you possibly can. Now, my worry is that if you don't practice that way, now I'm not talking about doing it so light and fast that you're unsafe with the gun, because I have in the past had people to draw and fire a gun so fast that they hit the concrete before they hit the target. They hit the ground before they hit the target. Now, I give them an A+ for motivation, but that ain't going to work. Okay, that's not going to work. It's not going to stop the bad guy. My point here is this: get the gun out and get the rounds off. You don't get the gun out and you acquire the master grip, which is 2 hands, and then see if you can knock the center out of the target, because that's not real world stuff. That's target stuff. That's just target practices. That's not shooting to survive. If you Google a B-27 target, if that round falls anywhere, not dead center, if it falls anywhere in that 8 ring, we're good. In the law enforcement course of fire, when you start at the 3-yard line, go all the way back to 25, if you're a cop and you're shooting to qualify, if all your rounds are inside the 8 ring, you score 100. You score 100. The 8 ring is the stop zone. That's where all the pumping organs are, and it's the biggest target on the body. People ask me sometimes, why don't you shoot them in the arm, shoot them in the leg? Because this is the bigger target. The arm moves. The arm's going to be harder to hit. It's not going to move quite like an arm or even a head. I don't even recommend taking headshots. I mean, there's a time and a place for that, but not in real world stuff when you're 3-5 yards away from a bad guy, all right? So you get my point. You get the gun out, you get the rounds off as quickly as possible, and of course, that close at 3-yard line, it's going to be one-handed shooting. It's like, throwing a fist. And so you ought to get signed up. And another thing I'm extremely proud of, we've never gotten to the billboard advertising business, but we have. We have a billboard, a nice looking billboard. If you're coming north on 87, it's in the southbound lane shoulder, but if you're coming north just before what I call Peggy's Seafood, of course it's not there, it's mowed down, but Hardee's and Dollar General and all that little intersection right there, just north of Olivia, we've got a billboard out there on the left, and of course it advertises and focuses on our concealed carries, but it's a great looking sign. So if you come in north on 87 into Sanford, check it out. We elected to put, I made it, the phone number was on there, but you know, these days it's easy to remember website addresses. So I had my guy redo it, and at the bottom it's nice and big. It says CarolinaFirearmsTraining.com. To me, that's easier to remember than a phone number. Although our phone number is 708-5475, area code 919. So anyway, off about the billboard, and just a couple of pieces here. I've still got one of these Taurus TX22s. I absolutely love this gun. This is hands down my favorite 22 pistol. It feels really good in the hand. It's got a really nice trigger. It's super lightweight. It's got front and rear cocking serrations. It's super easy to take apart and put back together. It holds 16 rounds in the magazine, so you say 16 plus 1 would be a total of 17 available rounds. It's just an awesome little pistol. We got it at $319. You just need to come in here and put this gun in your hand and check it out. And then I've got, this is $5.99. This is slightly used. It is a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 full size in flat dark earth. Has night sights, front and rear cocking serrations. Has the, I'm pretty sure I've got the box with it. But anyway, it's a good looking gun. It's the 2.0, so it has the aggressive grips. And once again, remember, night sights. These night sights, not just on this gun, but any night sights, good quality night sights, will last you anywhere from 12 to 15 years. So it's a really good investment for not a lot of money. So come in here and put your hands on this gun. It's got ambidextrous safety and good looking pistol at $5.99. And that gun would cost nearly $700 used. I mean new. I need to stop smoking cigars. There's somebody that watches this that would probably chime in and say, yeah, you sure do. All right, so then I got one of these here at $4.97. That is the SIG. Well, I've got several of them actually. The SIG P365 and 9mm comes standard with night sights, 2 10-round magazines, upgradable to a 12-round magazine or even a 15-round magazine if you want to do a lot of range shooting. And those are SIG magazines. And SIG magazines are awesome, but they're not cheap. Almost $50, but they work and they're reliable. And the last little pistol I want to show you is a Diamondback. Some of you may have never heard of this company. I've actually got one of their AR-15s coming in today at a great price with M-LOK rail on it. This is I was going to call it a Smith & Wesson. This is a Diamondback. It's called a DB9. This is, it's green and black, or olive drab and black, whatever you want to call it, OD green and black. This is a little hand cannon, 9mm. I owned one of these years ago. I liked it. Ended up getting rid of it though, but it's got a nice set of contrast sights on those. They're not night sights, but the good decent quality set of sights on the gun. And this is brand new. Got this at $249. $249, nice little pocket pistol there in 9mm. They do these in .380 as well. And then the last thing, here recently I've become notably a big time FN fan. I've got an FN15 that I absolutely love. Did a little upgrades on it. Got me a Trijicon ACOG on it. And I've got a CMC 2.5-pound trigger. A few other little upgrades. Got me a Streamlight light on the end of the rail. And man, oh man, do I love that gun. Didn't take me long to sight it in at all. I shot the Army Alt-C Course of Fire 100 right out of the box, and I ain't bragging. Of course, I mean, I can shoot, but the gun, I'm telling you, man, good optic and a darn good trigger. If you can shoot, you're going to shoot even better. Let's just put it that way. I mean, if you can't hit the broadside of a barn, I don't care what kind of trigger you got or what kind of optic you got, okay? I'm just sorry, you know, but you gotta give me something to work with. So, because if you bring an AR out there, and we do AR classes, you bring an AR-15 out there, and man, it's just all hot rodded out, but you can't shoot. Now, I'll help you with that if you want to learn how to shoot good, but you just can't take a gun that's hopped up and go out there and shoot it good. It's kind of funny because I hear people sometimes say, man, this is a really accurate gun. This gun right here is a really accurate gun. Really? Well, what about the guy behind the gun? What about the guy shooting the gun? If that gun's really accurate and you're a pretty good shooter, you could probably take a Glock, a Smith Wesson, a Springfield, or anything and do pretty good. Now, I will say this. If I've got 6 pistols, I promise you I'll shoot 1 or 2 of them better than the others. I will. Don't know why. Maybe it's just the way it feels in my hand or whatever. But like for right now, the front runner on my collection of pistols is my 6-hour Legion in 9mm. It's got that short reset trigger. I love that gun. I love that gun. Once again, I can shoot, but I can really shoot that gun good. And I'm convinced that the trigger does help in that area. The trigger does help in that area. It's not gritty, doesn't have any slack or take up or anything like that. It's a really cool trigger. It's an expensive gun, but the trigger is awesome. That honestly what caused me to fall in love with that gun. But yes, I do love my FN. So Rex that works here, me and him go back and forth. Now he's an FN fan too, and he's a big H&K fan. He likes both of them. He's got a lot of nice pieces. So I told my sales rep, and I'll give Jason Kearns a shout out. I know he watches my videos. He works for Tactical Gear Distributors down on 211, just I guess sort of south of Aberdeen on 211. And I was picking at him. I said, man, can you get me an FN? Because they sell FNs. Can you get me an FN hat? Yeah, man, I'll bring it by. So I come in this morning, and I see that on there, and I know who did it. I'm sure Rex did it. Okay, but if we lift that up, isn't that cool? So that's my FN hat. I'm going to be replacing this 511 hat with this one. I love it. All right, so there you go. But yeah, man, FN products are great. Military uses FN. Of course, they use other stuff too and everything. But anyway, FN is a battle-proven firearm. Okay, and they're not extraordinarily expensive unless you get some of their high-end stuff. But, so all right, it's a 10-minute till. Bill and all them going to be here just in a little bit. So come on by and see us. We got a lot more good stuff in here, good deals. And one other thing, I'll pull that out here. How about this? If you got a big old bear that breaks in your house, check this thing out. It's a hand cannon, huh? Shoots, I believe it's 450 Casull. Yep, 450 Colt and 410 shotgun shells. That's a Taurus. I think this one's called a Tracker. It's a Raging Judge. This one's a Raging Judge. There's different variations of that. But anyway, definitely a hand cannon. All right, so till see you next time, stay armed, stay safe. Come by and see us today. It's a beautiful day out there today. Our hours are 10 to 6. Tomorrow, our hours are 9 to 5. We're closed Sunday. I'm probably going to close Monday. I'll put another announcement on there as well. So we're located at 1606 Westover Drive, Sanford, NC, 27330. And our phone number is 919-708-5475. Don't forget to visit us on the web where you can sign up for concealed carry, just $49 at CarolinaFirearmsTraining.com. Yeah, this video is 13 minutes and 29 seconds. So I hadn't done a video in a while, so that's probably why this is a little extra long. Hope you enjoy it. See you.